During my sophomore year of college, I actually changed a lot. I learned a lot about my history in my class. That wasn't even a history class, it was an English class. My teacher was so into black power, black history, black leaders, things that were going on in the world then. And when I was a sophomore, things that was going on that was dealing with black people, things like um, Eric Gardner, things like Sandra Bland, just things we were not learning about in my other classes, things that the teachers were hiding behind closed doors. I believe that without my English teacher, I would be blinded to a lot of things as my peers are today. I learned a story from him which made me open my eyes a lot about African American history and how African Americans are leaders and how we are powerful and how honestly the people who aren't African Americans, the Caucasian people, are actually terrified of us because we are powerful and we are strong people. I learned about the Tulsa Race Riot. I'm just going to give you a little insight on the Tulsa Race Riot. It was on May 31st and June 21st. I'm sorry, June 1st, 1921, where a group of whites attacked the black community of Tulsa, Oklahoma. They burned everything to the ground. There were African American owned hospitals, African American owned restaurants, African American owned schools. They tore everything down. They killed over 50 people. More than 800 people were admitted to hospitals. The events of this massacre was omitted from local and state histories. Therefore, a lot of people do not know about what happened in Oklahoma in 1921 because the school system did not want us to know about this. They did not want us to learn about how powerful we can be and how we can own certain things that the white people own today, how we can own our own hospitals, how we can own our own schools and still be powerful and be, what is the word I'm looking for? Be, I guess, somewhat intimidated by. I believe that my English teacher taught me a lot. He taught my class a lot. I came in there with the mindset just that this is a typical HBCU. I probably won't learn anything dealing with African American history because I have not learned anything yet dealing with African American history. And learning things from him took me into more of me wanting to research things about African Americans, me wanting to teach my peers about African American history, me wanting to teach my teachers about African American history. And I believe that as a student, I should be getting taught this from my teachers, that my chancellor should make Black History Month all about us learning about Black history, since we are an HBCU, learning about the powerful activists who led us to where we are today, learning about the steps we took, learning about the inventions we created, learning about how Black people are actually powerful and how one day we could own more HBCUs, how one day we could own our own companies. I believe that if more people in HBCUs could understand more about why it is important and why the history is so important at an HBCU, they would appreciate it more. More people would come to school. More people would try to do better. More people will want to own their own things. More people will want to graduate. I believe that I have a purpose in life. I have a purpose for why I'm going to school. Rather, a year or two from now, I might try to minor in something dealing with politics or something of that nature, just to teach people what I have been being taught and what I have been teaching myself about my history as an African American.